Good morning, students. Today we will go through the same chapter, that is longitude and latitude. We will go through the whole chapter revision once again so that you will be able to understand the chapter clearly. So I have already told you about the explorers who had told that the earth is round in shape. It is like an orange, and how the grid help us in locating the places on the earth, and what is globe, what is the importance of globe, and about the lines of latitude, lines of longitude and latitude, and prime meridian, that is the international date line. So all this we have gone through the chapter. So I will go through it once again, and so that you will be able to understand it clearly. And students, go through the video again and again if you don't understand it, and if you have problem, then you can ask me. Okay, so let's get started. So students, the scholars have, however, like Plato, Pythagoras and many other, believed that the earth was spherical in shape. They always told that the earth was round in shape. According to their observation, the earth was not flat, because earlier people, what did they think? That the earth was flat, and it was possible to see greater distance when sailors climbed on the mast or people climbed higher altitude. If they were on the higher altitude, so whatever they saw, they used to see it in the long run, long distance also. In the 16th century, a Portuguese explorer, Ferdinand Magellan, set on an expedition. He went to a journey by ship. He started his journey from Seville in Spain, and in 1519. Though he died on the way, the voyage was completed by his second in command, Joan Sebastian Elcano, in 1522. When the latter reached Seville and proved that by his circumnavigation that the earth was spherical in shape. So that we know that the earth is spherical in shape, and modern science also has proved that the earth is spherical, it is like an orange. Then locating position on the earth, we know that the earth is continuously rotating on its axis. This is the axis. So we know that it is continuously rotating on its axis as well as simultaneously orbiting the sun. And when it is rotating, it is orbiting the sun also. Then how do we mark all the stationary or moving things on the surface of the earth? So this is the question. So when we have to go somewhere, we take the help of a map. But the earth is too big, so we can't make that big map. So how can we draw a map on it? This was a question which puzzled the researchers, scholars and voyagers for a long time. Then they came up with the idea of mapping the world with the help of grid lines. So what did they do? They made a grid on the globe. They made on the map also, on the globe also, they made grids, longitude and latitude grids. So now let us know how they did it. So the globe, we know it is a small model of the earth. You will find that the globe stands on support at the top and at the bottom. We can take the upper tip as the north pole and the bottom one as the south pole, and you can see only half of the globe at a time. See, when you see the globe, we see only the half. The other half is hidden. So when we turn it on its axis, then we see the other half. Now that we had a model of the earth, let us see how we can locate the various places. Remember, the earth is not stationary, it is not still, it is moving, and you are not standing in the outer space to see and pinpoint the place. So you are not standing out of the earth to see how the earth is moving. So drawing these imaginary lines help us to divide the surface of the earth into small portions of the for the ease of locating places on the globe. So when we draw grids on it, the horizontal and vertical lines, so it form a grid. So from that we help in locating the place. Then what are lines of longitudes? We take the north pole and the south pole as the standard reference points and draw equidistant lines from the north pole to the south pole. Equidistant lines are there. Okay, so these are the lines of longitude or meridians also, and it is 360 lines. Then what is prime meridian? It is the standard line of longitude assumes to be crossing the Royal Observatory in Greenwich. This is the main line. The main line is the prime meridian, and it divides the world into two equal halves, and it is marked as 0 degree. The region 180 degree east of the prime meridian is called eastern hemisphere, and 180 degree west of the prime meridian is called the western hemisphere. Interestingly, the longitude 180 degree east and 180 degree west are the same. There is a single line only. Okay. So 180 degree for the east also is the same, and 180 degree for the west also is the same. Then we come to the lines of latitude. We take the midpoint of the globe. We take the midpoint of the globe from the north pole to the south pole, from the north pole to the south pole, and these lines divides the globe into two equal halves. It divides the globe into two equal halves. The upper half of the equator is called the northern hemisphere, and the lower half of the equator is called the southern hemisphere. You know na, the top one is always north and the bottom one is south. So this is the northern hemisphere and this is the southern hemisphere. Now we can draw parallel equidistance lines. Now from here only we can start drawing the parallel equidistance line. And these lines are called the lines of latitude. As they move towards the pole, they keep getting shorter. So as we move upwards or as we move downwards, it keeps going shorter. And there are 181 lines of latitude in the northern hemisphere, and the longitude are labeled 10 degree north, 20 degree north, and in this way in the south area it is 10 degree south, 20 degree south. The equator is marked as a 0 degree. Okay. And it is also called the great circle. Now why the equator is called the great circle? Because the biggest line, the greatest line is here only near the equator of the latitude. And now that we have drawn the vertical and horizontal line now known as longitude and latitude respectively, we have a network of intersecting lines. So when we have drawn the latitude as well as the longitude on it, then we have intersecting line. They are crossing each other and they are forming a grid. Like this, they are forming a grid. If they are crossing each other, they will form a grid. So this helps in locating the place on the earth. The point where these lines intersect each other provide us a location coordinate which helps us in locating a place on the globe. So students, we have again gone through this chapter, and 3 diagrams I had given you to draw it in your SST copy. That was the globe, lines of longitude and lines of latitude. For homework, you will learn this word bank, okay, circumnavigation, great, pole, axis, and even write it in your rough copy. You will learn it and write it in your rough copy. And for classwork, you will do the correct, circle the correct option. Okay. Thank you.